What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. Todd is still out hunting hard, and he is trying his best to get a deer on the ground, but has been unsuccessful so far, as have I. Got to be honest with you, this is one of the worst, slowest seasons I have ever had in my life, but there's still plenty of time left. Got to have faith. Before we jump into this week's episode and this week's hunt, we got two things to cover. Number one, Christmas is coming up very, very soon, and everybody says shop early this year because there's going to be shortages. I got an idea for you guys. Go over to Vortex Optics. Check out the Vortex wear. This is probably my favorite hat. I wear this thing all the time. And use code BHOD to save 20% on your order at Vortex Optics on all their gear. My hair looks probably awesome today. I did go hunting this morning. Didn't see any deer, but go get yourself some Vortex wear. Awesome Christmas present. Second thing to talk about, and this is a question for the audience. If you were going to be locked in a UFC ring and you either had to fight a UFC fighter the same size as you, or you had to fight 10 Canada geese, which would you pick, the fighter or the 10 geese? Me personally, I'm going with the fighter and just hoping he knocks me out. I could probably beat 10 Canada geese, but I feel like I'd sustain a lot of damage, and I feel like the geese just don't know to quit. They would probably kill me, whereas the UFC fighter would just knock me out and it would be over with. So that's my reasoning. We were debating this at lunch today at the office. So with that out of the way, we're going to jump into a really cool hunt today. This is Clinton Fawcett going out hunting with his dad for the first time in God only knows how long. So it's a pretty awesome hunt. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So let's take a look right now.
All right, well, happy Halloween. We are headed to the blind. As you saw earlier, I brought the wagon over, or well, didn't bring the wagon over. I brought the tractor over, moved the wagon around. I had it set for an east wind. Dad was wanting to hunt tonight, so we needed it set for a west. There's been several nice deer hitting these scrapes along this field. So I come over a couple hours ago, moved the wagon, put the decoy out, and we're hoping we can get crazy and make something happen here. So anyway, Dad's got the 10 point. I'm running the camera. I'm not even going to tell you how long it's been since we hunted together. You guys will get mad. Probably since we got home from Wyoming a couple years ago. So that's the problem with filming sometimes. Frank and I's addictions in our younger years kind of got in the road of some of the family stuff that we should have been doing. As we've gotten older, we're getting better at it, but sometimes you get hyper focused on your goals and forget about a few other things. So anyway, these deer have been walking by this wagon every day, and I moved it across the field. Might work. We'll see here. I know this deer that's over here, one of them is really aggressive, so we're hoping he'll come out. See what happens. Look at Dad, got the old school. That's how it is when you get old. You never buy anything new. That scent lock's probably 20 years old. Here we go. Guys, we made it in the blind. Got Dad all set up over there. Chair, shooting stick, crossbow. I'm down here running the camera. I'll show you the setup. Decoy's right there, 25 yards. You can see good all the way down that edge. Plus, all the way down that edge. That's where those big deer have been coming from. They've been coming from back over there, but our wind's blowing directly behind us in the timber, which I would think there'd be deer bedded behind us. When I talked over with Frank today, he thinks, well, he knows, he's hunted before, that all the deer come from the other direction. This is a new farm that my dad just bought, so this is our first night ever hunting over here. I don't know. Hopefully the decoy brings them in. We're set up hoping that decoy's there. Deer should come there. We're hoping they walk right down here in front. We can shoot them 50 yards here. So we got about 50 yards across the blind to that ridge. So anyway, a lot of buck sign back here. I've been getting a lot of pictures. We'll see what works out here. What's that say about the local? Shoot him then. What do you think he is? 30. 30 yards. Yep. Hold low, 30. Meh. I'm gonna have to change windows now, Dad. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Let me get you a range here. 30 yards. You good? Meh. Meh. Quarter two. Where are you? 30. Yep. Meh. There you go. Down, ain't he? Yeah. He ain't going far. I guarantee you that, dude. Yes. Heck yeah. Yeah.
I had him over there.
Oh, you were good. Oh, what a hunt.
You would not even.
Freaking hunt.
That's cool.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yes. Oh. Can you believe that worked?
Those want to go there too. Crap, is that other?
Oh. Can you believe that? Move the freaking wagon, put the decoy out. Dude. He looked like he weighed 400 pounds.
He's a little short. Noticed thing.
That's because he's old. Go look at him. I don't want to have to shoot one bigger than yours and show you up if we sit here very long. I'll have to cock that crossbow and go round two. Little Trivex in the sunset. Hey, we only go every once in a while, but when we go, it's good. Oh, that was freaking awesome. He was just, he looked like a gobbler strutting off there. So here's the setup, guys. You can see the wagon, the decoy. He come out right there, out the side of the blind. Huh? Wagon set right here 3 hours ago. Now it's over there. Huh? Oh.
He's a little short-nosed thing, but he's a burly dude.
When you only shoot one every 20 years, you can't complain. You know what I mean? Wow. Look at that guy.
Got some good mass on him.
Heck yeah. Congratulations. First time on the new farm?
Yep. First year,
First set.
first set.
Yeah, not too shabby. Boy, he's short,
He's short.
isn't he? Short-bodied.
Mm-hmm. I'll bet he's heavy though. He looks like
Oh man, he's beautiful deer.
looks like a hog.
Absolutely beautiful deer. What'd you say?
I said it worked. You had him pegged.
So does that mean I get a good job?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Hang on. You know this is on video, right? Huh?
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's getting dark here on the footage, so we're gonna go get the truck and whatever else we gotta do, and come back over here and get the lights on him and check him out. What a beautiful night. All right, guys, well, happy Halloween, I guess. Just a fantastic night. What a cool hunt. An absolute giant deer. He is so heavy. Giant body, giant mass, got some kickers, cool little split out here on the end, split on the two over there, and you know, to have Dad come out tonight, it's, you know, like I said, we went to Wyoming 3 years ago and hunted out there together, and we probably haven't bow hunted, I don't know, before that. It's been a long time. Like I said, we walked across the field, Frank and I started filming. You know, I get hyper-focused on stuff. When I set goals, I get wide open, and unfortunately, a lot of times, other stuff just falls to the side, so it's hard for me to, you know, not be super selfish a lot of times. So it was just a great night to get Dad out. He called today. He's been wanting to go. He retired last year. My mom actually retired on Friday, so happy retirement to my mom. We'll make sure we throw him in there, but it was great to get him out. I was just thinking about this morning. Frank and I was hunting down the ways, and we said, man, we ought to get the decoy out tonight. What are we going to do? And I said, well, we go up there and hunt this deer. I had pictures of him last night directly behind us at like 5:11 on the cell cam down there. And I thought, well, we could hunt that deer. And I wasn't real sure if I was going to shoot him. And honestly, looking at him now, I for sure would have. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. But I thought, well, I could put that decoy out, but the wagon was on the wrong side of the field. And I thought, well, we always have luck. As soon as we put the wagon out, we get pictures anyway. So I thought, well, I'll just move it to the other side of the field, put the decoy out with it in the tractor bucket, and give it a try. And I talked to Dad. Dad had called and said he's wanting to go. I said, well, heck, we'll just go. So got in the blind and tried it, and I just had a good feeling all night. Just one of them things. Like I was just talking to Frank about it last night. Rarely do we go anymore in after a deer, and we ever kill him when I don't feel like it's going to happen. And tonight, I felt like it was going to happen, and it was just great to get Dad out. I mean,
yeah, it's the first year we hunted this farm because we just bought it this spring, and it's great, you know, first time out, first buck already. So we got really good feelings and really good hopes for this farm. So
I'd say it'll work out. But Dad made a great shot with the crossbow. The last time he shot a buck with his bow, with the bow, was with the crossbow, and I think it was in 2002. And he snuck up on it, and because it was the first year I'd moved out here, and he'd snuck up on it, and that was before they had the big hand guards on the bottom of them. And a lot of people that used to crossbow don't know what I'm talking about. And the deer had bedded down, and Dad snuck up on him. And when he shot him, he was excited and got his hand up and just broke his thumb and whacked it with the string and killed the deer. It was a nice 10-pointer, but, you know, just pretty awesome hunt. You know, we've been hunting together a long time, and it's great to get out and see him get one shot, especially a deer like this. I mean, it's right up your alley. A lot of cool character,
yeah,
a lot of mass, and just a great night. And the deer's got a giant body. We're going to have to get him in town to Michael's and weigh him, but he's large, or at least he's super fat. He might be short. I don't know, but he's a big mature deer and old. So just a great night. Couldn't imagine it happening like that, but it did. Actually, I could imagine it happening like that, but sometimes everything works out. So anyway, until next time, bow hunt or die.
All right, congratulations to Clinton and Ben on an awesome hunt. I mean, how is that for a hunt? Like, he goes out, I don't think he's shot a deer in 19 years, Clinton said. He goes out on his very first hunt, he kills a buck bigger than anything I've ever killed in 25 years of hunting. So that's just how it goes for those guys, I guess. So congratulations to both of those guys. That was an awesome hunt. I really enjoyed watching that hunt. Speaking of watching enjoyable hunts, if you guys haven't watched the previous episode to this one, which was Frankie Clark and his hunt, I would highly, highly encourage you guys to go watch that hunt. It's probably one of my favorite hunts in all of Bow Hunt or Die history. Very emotional hunt. Frank did an awesome job on it. So if you haven't already seen that hunt, make sure you guys go watch it. Next up, we're going to jump into an Ask the Experts question brought to you by our friends over at Lancaster Archery, who just redesigned and rebuilt their website. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you order any of that last-minute archery gear that you guys need for this season. This comes from Sean Scott, who said, how do you know when you should be using a stabilizer? And if so, what length is most commonly used? So to answer that question, we're going to turn it over to none other than PJ Riley.
All right, guys, got a great question today from a bow hunter who's asking, when do you know if you should use a stabilizer and what are the most common lengths? So we'll start out with the first one. When should you use a stabilizer? I'm going to argue that you should use one all the time, that there is no time to decide. I think you should use one all the time. I think the stabilizer is one of the most misunderstood, useful pieces of equipment that goes on a bow. And now a stabilizer is going to do several things. One of the first things is if you don't have any kind of stabilizer there, hunting compounds are real top heavy. So when you come to full draw, it's very easy to twist this way and to just move around. That stabilizer puts some weight under your hand, gets that bow to stand up straight. And then the other thing it does is it resists torque. So I'm of the opinion that you should use one all the time. And I always refer to Levi Morgan as one of the best archers on the planet. If anybody could shoot without a stabilizer, it would be him. You will never see Levi Morgan hunt without a stabilizer. So I think you should use one all the time. Now, as for what length should you use, the question was what's most common. I'm going to say somewhere from 6 to 10 inches are probably most common. Right here in front of me, I've got a 15, a 12, 10, 8, 6. So probably from 6 to 10, that's probably your most common. What you want to think of is right here, I have a 10-inch with an 8-inch side rod. This is a 6-inch stabilizer. The thing you want to think about with stabilizer is you don't get any stabilization until you get out past the limb pockets. So you can see this 6-inch is maybe 3 inches past the limb pockets. That's not going to do as much stabilization as this 10-inch is. So you want to think about that. Some of the bows that are really reflexed with their riser, that distance could be even greater to get out to the limb pockets. But certainly you want to get beyond the limb pockets. How far you want to go is up to you. If you're asking me, I shoot a 15-inch front rod and a 10-inch side rod. That's my setup.
All right, thank you to PJ for that answer. You know, for me personally, stabilizers are one of those things that I didn't take very seriously for a long time. I used really short stabilizers that didn't weigh almost anything and gave me no benefit. I tell you what, a couple years ago, we switched over to using dead center archery products, and I started shooting a longer stabilizer with more weight on it, and it really has helped me, especially at some of those longer distances. The other day I did an experiment where I shot with my stabilizer on at like 40 yards, and then I just took it off my bow entirely and tried to shoot at 40 yards, and it was noticeably more difficult to hold my pin on target, especially at those longer ranges. So they definitely do come in handy whether you think they do or not. So thanks to PJ for that answer. Guys, next up we're going to jump into trophy photos for this week's episode. Let's take a look at those right now. Chris Cowan, Hunter Gothia, Isaac Odell, Jason Fox, Kyle Colson, and Tom Truskowski. All right, congratulations to everybody on some fine trophies. We got some good ones here this week. This is literally the first time I'm seeing these. Oh man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Jeez Louise, you guys. I might have to do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to go with Hunter Gothia on this one, just because he's got his shades on, and I don't know why. I think that's a great trophy photo. He's got the big smile, got his sunglasses on. I can see his bow, the deer's pose. Chris, man, great photo as well, but Hunter was spicing it up with the shades this week, trying to switch things up a little bit. So congratulations to everybody. Hunter Gothia, I hope I'm saying that right. Make sure you get your information to us. We'll send you your hunter specialties and Bowhunter Die prize pack. That's all I've got for today. The rut is supposedly on, although I have yet to see it myself. As I said, I've had a very slow and dismal deer hunting season so far. I'm hoping that that changes here very soon. So good luck to everybody that's out there. Shoot straight, wear your safety harness. See you next time, Bowhunter Dad.
There you go. Dad strikes again once every 20 years. That's a fat deer.